Hello guys, welcome to my channel, Your Yoda. Here we talk about everything reality creation, manifestation, higher consciousness, self-mastery. And today this is my first video, a long video on my channel. Here we're going to talk about 3 secrets no one talks about manifestation. And this almost took about 13 years of my life to actually realize this. And one of the most powerful thing, and I could not just stay without sharing this with you. So in a moment we're gonna get into the video. So these are the few of the points which I wrote, and we're gonna talk about that. You are doing affirmations in a wrong way. Okay, just stay tuned. It's gonna blow your mind completely. It's gonna blow your mind. Your inner matrix is your fabric of reality, yeah, and whether you are manifesting or not. So this is one of the most important. I'm also going to talk about a little bit about what inner matrix is and how that helps in your manifestation. And the last but not the least, what we're going to do is your nervous system is responsible for holding your manifestation. It's very important, these 3 points. The third point is very, very, very important. I cannot actually stress enough on that, because most of the times if us manifestors have felt that they are manifesting, but their manifestation is slipping away from their hands, this last point is very important for that. So if you want to hold your manifestation, you don't want to slip it away from your hands, you want to experience it, you want to cherish it, that's the point where we're going to talk about that. So stay tuned till the last point, and it's going to for sure help you in your manifestation journey. Let's get into the video. You are doing affirmations in a wrong way. Okay, and here I wrote 3 points which is very important: feeling, neural pathways, and don't be a machine. So first of all, affirmations are important for your manifestation, but if you are doing it in a mechanical way, it's not good for you. You are not doing any good to manifest what you are manifesting. It only will delay, and it will only make you feel hopeless about it, because it doesn't work. If you're mechanically saying whatever you're manifesting, I want to manifest money, I am manifesting a good partner. No, it doesn't happen unless you are feeling it. Feeling is very important. Why feeling is very important? And this is something which no one really talks about. Because when you are feeling, your brain is creating new neural pathways which previously was not there. And neural pathways are something which is connected with neuroplasticity. Every belief that you are having, every limiting conditions that you're having, your brain is having the neural pathway of that. That's why it's easier to get into autopilot state. Okay, so it's very important that you feel it. You feel, and no matter, it's at first it can be very hard for you to feel it. It can be quite of a forcefully you are allowing you are making your body feel it, or sometimes a lot of people cannot really feel it because they have stored traumas and a lot of nervous system distortions. So those things can actually make you not feel it effortlessly. But don't be afraid that it's not happening just now. It can happen tomorrow, and in the future I'll make videos about traumas and how to actually regulate the nervous system. I'm going to actually talk about that. However, firstly, it's very important that you feel it, or else the neural pathways are not going to be created. For example, if you are experiencing an abusive relationship and you want to manifest a good partner in your life, then probably the affirmations can be, I am having a great partner, I'm having a great relationship. Just a small example. It can be really different, in a different way you can phrase it. However, the most important thing is that when you are saying it mechanically, it's different, but when you are actually feeling it is different. So your brain starts to create different neural pathways that you are having, and the brain doesn't know when you are feeling it. The brain doesn't know what is exactly you're experiencing in your reality, which most manifestors and most of the people actually talks about. The brain doesn't know whether what you are feeling it is actually happening in your reality or not, and that's exactly what brings your what you're feeling in front of you. Okay, materialize it. So having new neural pathways is very important, or else your manifestation will delay or it can never come. That's why a lot of people actually keep on doing affirmation, visualization, but it doesn't really come in materialized form, and most of the people actually loses hope. That's why feeling is important. Feel and create neural pathways. Another thing what can actually what most people actually experience is yeah, some people I have seen, they actually feel and create neural pathways, but the old neural pathways shows up. For example, I have seen, like in my personal experiences, I have been doing this like it was a few years ago when I was actually having this experience. Suddenly my reality brought the previous programs manifested. Like I'm changing the patterns, and suddenly the previous programs comes manifested in front. And then what I'm supposed to do? I can actually make myself feel, oh, maybe it's not really happening. Maybe the neural pathways are not being created. No, 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 no. Don't ever think like that, because what is really happening? Your brain is saying, hey, man, you have been feeding me this food for a long time that you were in an abusive relationship. Now you are feeding me different that you are in a great relationship. Or a lot of people, they're broke, and suddenly they start to feel they have $1 million, okay? But the reality doesn't change. At first, the reality shows you, oh, you're broke, right? So it's kind of like, don't be like afraid of it that your work is not happening. It's just the brain is confused because you start to feed a different program all over, and it's showing like the same realities as if nothing is changing. But no, it's a sign that your brain is asking you whether what you are feeding me is exactly what you want. Does that make sense? Always remember, your brain is asking you whether what you are feeding me right now, the new programs, is exactly what you want. So if you want this, you have to reaffirm it, feel it, do the same practice to create a neural pathway, so that we're focusing on it, on the new programs that you're feeding it, regardless of what is shown in your reality. That's when the brain, you are literally choosing, yes, I want this new reality, the old one, I want to discard it, and the brain discards it, and all neural pathways vanishes. That's exactly what we have learned in neuroplasticity. Okay, that's how you change your reality. Always remember that. If you don't do it, your reality won't be changing. And completely forget about being a machine, because you are not a machine. You are a soul having a spiritual human experience. Okay, so don't be a machine. You are not a machine. Don't be a machine. Okay, so that was my first point. So here, one of the major thing, if you are having a lot of traumas stored in your nervous system, okay, it's very important that you need to understand that no matter how much you do this work, it can be very hard for you to make your body feel, because there's a lot of stored programs in it which are very hard to uh, cleanse. That's why what we do, I have my school community where we do the deeper work. So I am inviting you over there so that I can help you with the resources and the tools and the practices that I have. Anyone who is having problems with making their body feel and create neural pathways, because the old neural pathways, the old programs are too much and having too much of grab on you. This is the work that we do in my private school community, and I invite you to be a part of that. And my students, my clients are doing really great, and they're having amazing results, like completely cleaning their old programs and healing themselves from their past experiences, and becoming more empowered beside creating their reality, beside manifesting exactly what they want. Okay, so this was my first point. Okay, here is the second point. Your inner matrix is your fabric of your reality, whether you manifest or not. I'm gonna come to this, but here I drew a simple diagram which I'm gonna explain to you, where this is you, like you look much beautiful and handsome than this. I'm pretty sure of that. But this is just a diagram, okay? And this one is reality. I'm gonna come to that, okay? So first of all, inner matrix. Okay, what do you know? What do we know about matrix? First of all, matrix, as I say, it's a machine, and machine always needs an operator. Okay, if the machine is not being operated by the operator, the machine is on autopilot, such as an airplane. Airplane has a pilot who is operating the plane, and we are going somewhere to some other country or some other city. But if the pilot is not driving the plane, the pilot has put the plane on autopilot, which is the plane is driving by itself with the programs within itself which was already input, like Tesla. Okay, it has autopilot driving. Okay, just like that. I'm just giving an example. Okay, so matrix is a machine which has programs in it, and it needs an operator to operate it. So your inner matrix means your inner programs. Your physical body is a machine, your mind is a tool, and this inner matrix needs an operator. Who is the operator? It's your soul, it's your true self, it's your pure awareness. Okay, if you are not aware of your inner programs, what is happening? You are choosing those unawarely, and your choices and decisions are creating a series of events, causes and effects in your reality, which is out of your hand afterwards to even deal with. Consequences are coming in your life in such ways that you don't know how to manage it because you chose them. Sometimes, for example, a lot of times what happens is that we blame our friends for betraying us. We blame the partners for betraying and cheating on us. We're blaming the colleagues to actually act and behave very badly with us. But at the same time, if we are blaming them, aren't we playing the victim? Because we are the ones who have created the reality. You created that reality. If you didn't like, you created that. And how did you create? You created through your inner programs. Okay? If you had a different program, you could have responded differently. You could have managed the situation differently. You could have attracted a very different situation all over. But as you have created a certain situation you don't prefer, the most easiest way we can do is to blame and point the finger outwards and play the victim. But that isn't it how most people gives their power away? And once we give our power away, what is happening? We are fragmenting ourselves from within. And what we are fragmenting? We're fragmenting the operator, the soul. And that's how most people are stuck and they don't know what to do in their life. Okay? So inner matrix, what I personally have figured, our inner matrix has layers. Okay? And these layers are our internal layers, of course. Like, I'm not talking about physicality. These layers have programs, codes in it, and these layers are building our toroidal field, the electromagnetic field. And what is reality? Reality is also electromagnetic. We are in the reality. Reality is within consciousness. Reality is not separate from consciousness. Reality is happening within consciousness. You are happening within reality, and everything is happening within consciousness. It's pretty paradoxical. And so it's quite important to understand that your inner matrix is exactly what manifesting your reality, your internal programs. And without the operator, the soul, the pure awareness, you are manifesting those programs which was not even chosen by you on the first hand. Does that make sense? Because when you were born, you didn't have those programs with limiting programs within yourself. You learned it. Okay, you learned it first from your family, and then you learned it in your society with your friends, colleagues, and outside of your home and family. So those programs affected you in ways that you didn't choose consciously, because a person, when they're conscious, why they would choose to suffer? Yeah, ask yourself this question. If you are conscious, you have a choice. And if you have a choice, why would you choose suffering? Doesn't make sense at all. So that's why it's important to understand first that your inner matrix has layers that are interacting with the electromagnetic field of reality at all times. So your programs are exactly building the fabric of your reality. And these layers needs to be operated by the operator, which is your soul, which is you. If you are not present, you are creating your reality in an autopilot state. And then you are choosing to suffer without knowing that you are choosing to suffer, because those programs, you didn't choose it consciously. Make sense? Now, what do I really mean by whether you manifest or not? Let me give you a great example that will blow your mind. So the first thing is that most people may ask, okay, I need a great partner. I need a great partner. Okay, they are great manifestors. They manifest great partner, but then the same patterns continues. The toxic, abusive patterns, which makes them feel really that this pattern is repeating from the past relationship, but I thought it was different. It's like same costume. It's like same costume but different people. Yeah, is it? Yeah, same. It's like the same patterns with different people, as if you were experiencing your past partner within that new person you have manifested. Have you ever felt like that? So it's kind of like that. So it's not about you can manifest or not. It's about you changing your patterns. You can manifest. You have already proved to yourself. And don't blame yourself about that. You can manifest. But it's about changing your patterns, because why you have the ability to even manifest if you cannot realize your vision? As if something is blocking you to realize yourself, your fullest potential. And that's why it's very important. So again, it's very important to understand. In this video, I'm not going to talk about in depth about the layers of the matrix. What I do, I have a series of videos, teachings, and materials in school, in my community, where I am diving deeper in each layer of the inner matrix, and how you can map your personal limiting programs, which is creating those layers, and how those layers are interacting with the electromagnetic field of your reality. So there you can not only map those, what I'm teaching is that you can not only map those layers, but also change them to a conscious version of yourself, each layers. And then after that, you literally see how you can how your reality mirrors it. Because as reality goes, it's designed to mirror what we are. We don't get what we desire, we get what we are. So you don't have to manifest, because everything is designed for you to experience yourself. You are manifesting as you go. You just manifested this video right now. So it's kind of like you are not manifesting, you are being mirrored who you are. So all you have to do is to bend yourself, not bend the spoon. As it said in the Matrix movie, you're not bending the spoon. Just realize you're not bending the spoon. You're bending yourself. You're not bending your physical body. You're bending your electromagnetic field. And that's how you're bending the spoon. You're bending the reality. And these layers, I have, from my personal experience, I have figured out that the inner matrix is connected with those layers, and I have mapped out what are the layers which we need to work on. It's there in my school. You are very much invited to actually go there and check it out and learn for yourself and shift your reality, because you deserve it. Now, let's go to the last point, which is one of the most important point for all manifestors out there, beginners, advanced, completely is very important. Let's check it out. So here we are in our last point. Your nervous system is responsible for holding your manifestation. Brain plus nervous system is something I wrote over here because our nervous system is connected with our brain and our old state and programs. So let's get into the point very quickly. So as I said in the first point is that you're manifesting every moment as you go. Now the question is whether you are manifesting consciously or unconsciously. It's very important. If you're conscious, you have a choice. If you're unconscious, you're in an autopilot state, you don't really have a choice. So if you're conscious, why would you choose to experience suffering as an outcome without and not where you are fulfilled, happy, you're in your fullest potential, you are experiencing what you want? Why would you not choose that? And that's exactly the difference between being in your programs and being free and operating your programs, your machine, and not being operated by it, by being in your power and not giving your power away. That is the difference. That's as simple as it is. And that's where self-mastery comes into play. Okay? We are not actually escaping, we are mastering ourselves. The biggest thing, the most important thing that you will ever conquer in your life is yourself. Okay? You are your biggest challenge. That's the most important thing. There is nothing else to fear outside except yourself. Most people are fearing themselves, their power, their true potential, their highest self. Okay? And that's exactly what we are conquering. We are conquering ourselves. So when people are living, when you are living in your old programs, in your programs, in your machine, as your machine, without being realizing that you are the operator of your machine, you have already created neural pathways in your brain and you are living by that without even knowing that you are living in those programs. Suddenly awakening happens and you're like, I cannot live like this anymore, and you're being shattered. That's when you are shattered open. That's when you are having this, what we call as the spiritual experience, right? So this thing, what happens nowadays, we are so much full of spiritual bypassers and bypassing systems, and most people I have talked with, they are actually losing hope and faith on what is really true outside. And it's quite important to understand that no matter how much you manifest, whatever you manifest, I have seen most manifestors face this, that they are manifesting, but after some time it's getting slipped away from their hands. They manifest money, money is getting out of their hands. The situation is unfolding in such ways that their money is gone. Okay, they manifested, they could not actually cherish it or integrate that very amount. Or they manifested a partner and it's gone. It's gone. The partner left, the person left, or chose someone else, or something happened. Okay? Or they manifested health, but suddenly something happened. The situation unfolded in some ways that they stopped being disciplined, they stopped being working on themselves, and they lost their figure, or they actually healed themselves, but they got into sickness again. It's kind of like a cycle that is never ending. They manifest and the manifestation gets out of their hand. Why is that happening? And that's due to your nervous system. Why? Because your programs are literally in your body. As I said in the previous point, is that your inner matrix has layers and your physical body is one of the layer. Okay? And these programs are in your physical body as imprints, impressions. Okay? And your mind is picking up on those codes and creating your reality through those codes. So your nervous system is so deeply embedded with these programs, it has nowhere to go. So as they say, it's kind of like you cannot pour water from an empty cup. The analogy is kind of like that. So your cup is already full with programs within yourself. You don't have enough space to put new programs to create new reality, if that makes sense. So when a lot of people, they're actually doing affirmations, they're feeling, creating neural pathways, they manifest, and bam, suddenly all the situations coming because your old programs are already there. It was not flushed out. You did not shifted your identity fully. And that's exactly why subconsciously, when you are relaxed and you are happy and you are like experiencing your new reality, you are falling back in your old programs because you are grounded. What happens when you are feeling safe and you are grounded because you have manifested your what you wanted to manifest? You are back into your body, you're back into this present moment, and your nervous system is already holding those codes from your old identity, old state, and you are tuning on in those identity, which of course, because you stayed in that program for a longer time. Maybe you were manifesting a new state, a new reality for a lesser time. Think about that. It's what it is. So you fall back, and as you fall back, your state changes, and what you manifested, it cannot be staying with you in that reality. In your old reality, it was not there. So your reality shifts, and manifestation gets out of your hand. It's quite important to understand how much your nervous system is important for cherishing your what you're manifesting. Again, what is the reason you're manifesting? What is the reason you are having this ability to manifest? The reason you're having this ability to manifest is because you want to realize and actualize yourself as the creator of your reality. If you are not able to actualize and realize as the creator of your reality, there is no way you are like what to do with this ability then, which you are actually having to manifest. So I'll give you one more example. Just think about a grandmother weaving a sweater for the grandchild. Okay, grandmother is weaving a sweater for the grandchild, and the grandmother was half asleep when she was weaving the sweater, and she was pretty happy after she finished the job. And the grandchild is playing around wearing the sweater. The grandchild touched in one corner of the door, and there was a loose end, and she didn't notice that there was a loose end with the wool, and the wool stuck in the corner and completely unraveled itself, and it became like a raw wool material entangled with each other. The sweater was gone. The grandmother was shocked. The grandmother was like so sad that her grandchildren could not experience the sweater fully. So what she does now, she's angry and frustrated at herself that she really wants to give. So she starts the process of creating the sweater again, which most manifestors do. When the manifestation slips out of the hand, what they do, they start the process of remanifesting again. And here is the thing, how you manifest the first time, you are not manifesting that much effortlessly this time. Okay, because this experience that the manifestation went out of your hand, it's influencing your state subconsciously, even if you're not aware of it. So now you are exerting more energy and more effort, and you're putting more importance. Why did it happen? So you are giving more energy to it. You can may manifest, you may not manifest, but what is happening? You are draining yourself more. You're not feeling the same way you felt the first time you were manifesting. Yes or no? Just tell me yes or no in the comments. Yes or no? So, and why you were drained if your nervous system was not present? Okay, so your old state is influencing more when you are repeating the manifestation. So it's not about manifesting, it's about changing your patterns, your identity. Don't allow your nervous system to be crushed under the weight of the new reality, because as the creator of your reality, you deserve to have your manifestation. Okay? That's why it's very important to the nervous system work. There are so many teachers in manifestation, reality creation. No one pushes so much of stress on this fact that you have to master your nervous system and your body to embody the creator of your reality. I have seen no one do that. Everyone in the spiritual communities, It's like, go out in the clouds, stay over there in the higher consciousness. No, the higher consciousness is there to be embodied in this avatar. You are the avatar of higher consciousness. You are not the avatar of the limiting programs and traumas, okay? And half stay in the clouds, half stay over here and suffer. You cannot live life by putting 2 feet on 2 boats, because the boats are gonna go 2 ways and you're gonna completely go in the water. It's very important for you to understand these points, okay? So here we come to the conclusion of this video. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned in the next video. You can also write me in the comments what you liked about this video, how much you resonated. If you have any questions, please, you can share your experiences in the comments. And please do check out my school community. See you in the next video. Subscribe and follow me for more.